Hey everybody, how you doing out there? Sorry it's been a while since my last video, but I'm just about at 100% now after that bout with pneumonia that I had, so glad to be back and thank you for all the kind words people wishing me well. Now, being that today is the 16th, I may only do one more video between now and next week because of Christmas. And of course, with everybody this time of year, myself included, my family, it's a big busy time of year, so I may not be able to get back on here until after Christmas. So I will try to do one, maybe two more videos. This was actually going to involve both ElPresador and GeneralMLD. ElPresador I can't really do too much on because he's doing the same stupid ass bullshit that he does in every single video, at least over his last, 3 or 4 videos, and that's stuff in the woods, about camping, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, blah blah bullshit, cry me a fucking river with the fucking campers. And also too, nobody fucking cares with the whole 6'2", 240 pounds. You really think that impresses anybody? Shit dude, I'm 6'4", 235, so what's your fucking point? But you don't want to hear me going around on all my videos with close-up like 6'4", 235 pounds. Dude, nobody fucking cares. Nobody fucking cares about the camping bullshit anymore. They've moved on. You should too. I mean, your videos can be good, but the only problem though is you fucking stick to the same shit for multiple videos at a time. 1 or 2 videos, cool. Be done with it, move on. I mean, what the fuck, man? God. Okay, but anyway, that kind of segues me right into GeneralMLD. Now, he's done a couple of videos over the last week and a half or so. I'm just going to respond to his last one where he talks about the Uncharted winning the VGA Game of the Year, talking about Metacritic, and also talking about Gran Turismo 5. Now, I will give you credit, GeneralMLD, for calling out Uncharted 2, saying that you realize it's a good game, even though it's on a competing system that you don't own and you don't play. So I give you props to that. The only thing, though, you do kind of contradict yourself a little bit, so which is where the bullshit meter comes in. And you say you can, even though it's on a different system, if a game is great, you'll actually acknowledge it. But then later on in the video, let's see, 2 topics down, you actually start bashing Gran Turismo 5. Now that just seems kind of weird because even though it's not out yet, every Gran Turismo game has been pretty decent, been pretty good, and some of them have actually been really, really well made. But you're on there bashing it for really no fucking reason, even though it's going to be a pretty well-selling game, and it'll actually be a really, really good game. I have no doubt about that. Me personally, I'm not really big into racing games, but even I can say that Gran Turismo 5 will be a good game. And, you are right about how a lot of, at least recently, PS3 exclusives haven't been selling, 3, 4, or 5 million copies. Don't get me wrong, 1, 2 million is actually pretty damn good. But you are right, especially with the newer IPs, they're not flying off the shelves. Gran Turismo, though, will probably easily do what Metal Gear Solid did, and that's sell about 4 or 5 million copies easily, probably within the first maybe month and a half. Reason being is it's a pretty big franchise here in the U.S., but also too it sells extremely well in Europe and in Japan as well. It's one of the few genres and few types that actually sells well across all regions. You can't debate that. But yeah, like I said, calling out and saying Uncharted 2, great game, you realize it's a good game, then bashing on Gran Turismo 5, that's just a little off. At least wait for the game to come out, man. And then going into your second point, you talk about the Metacritic, how it has the PS3 having a higher percentage of higher rated games. Dude, you just gotta take that with a fucking grain of salt. Especially when you're saying how the fanboys will all of a sudden, the Sony fanboys will start citing Metacritic, saying that, oh, it says here on Metacritic, even though they didn't see it as a reliable source earlier, whenever it was something that said anything good about the 360. I mean, the way things are with this, fucking dumbass console war thing, simply put, fanboys will use things when it benefits them, and they'll denounce it when it doesn't benefit them. Case in point, like with ElPresador, you go back, shoot, maybe about 6 months or so, maybe even a year ago, I can't exactly remember. He had a video reading a Game Informer and talking about how they were biased and they were being paid out by Microsoft because the review they gave for BioShock, the first one when it came out on the PS3, wasn't as good as the 360 one. And of course, too, he was all up in arms about it and say, Game Informer sucks, this, that. But of course, too, when Game Informer did that retarded-ass poll of 5,000 of their readers, where 54% of them said that they had a Red Ring of Death 360, he all of a sudden was citing it as a reliable source and also factual evidence, even though it was a bullshit, bullshit poll that they did amongst 5,000 random readers, and there was really no basis behind it. For all we know, it could have been people that didn't even have 360 that voted on it, so it's not reliable. But of course, the fanboys will, when it benefits them, they will turn on something that they once said that they hate and said, oh look, this site like Game Informer or Metacritic says this, so it's a truth. And then if it says something against their system or favors the other system, they're going to say, oh, it's a bullshit site and somebody's paying them off. That's just life, man. You got to deal with it. It's all bullshit anyway. But let's see, is there anything else? Sorry if it seems like I've been talking a little fast. I'm actually a little hyper today. Tomorrow's a rare day off during the week for me, which I'm getting paid for, so score there. But yeah, I can't really say much about ElPresador on this one, just simply because he's keep on doing the same dumbass videos over the last, say, week and a half, 2 weeks, where it's all about campers, Modern Warfare 2. He starts doing decent videos, and then he'll latch onto something and beat a dead horse. I mean, and then it's the same fucking video that you'll see for about 6, 7, 8 videos. Then finally he'll move on to something else. But yeah, we'll say with the VGAs giving Game of the Year to Uncharted 2, I do agree with that. They had a good time. It was probably one of the better games. Also, XPlay did it as well, and honestly, I actually look at XPlay and what they vote for and what they give a winner to. I actually put a little more credence behind that than I do the VGAs. Just because, the VGAs is more so voted on by your average Joe, and just like American Idol, you can, ballot stuff, those things without question. So, yeah, in closing, just want to say that GeneralMLD, good job for actually pretty much taking it out for Uncharted 2, but then, you kind of screwed up a little bit by being slightly hypocritical and throwing bullshit out there about Gran Turismo 5 or whatever. I do agree with you, they do have way too many demos. This newest one, if I'm not mistaken, at least it's free, and it's only something like 300 megs, and it's a time trial deal, which honestly I think is kind of pointless, but what the fuck are you gonna do? So yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's maybe a little bit running longer than I was anticipating. Of course, I've been gone for about a week and a half or so. And the last video I made was just saying, hey, I'm sorry I was gone, I didn't even really do anything. So I figured I'd make this one a little bit longer. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if I don't get on here before then, just want to say I'm not going to do any PC bullshit here. I'm just going to go straight out. Say, have a Merry Christmas, a safe Christmas, hope everybody does well. And if I don't get on before the New Year, also have a Happy New Year as well. This New Year's Eve could be pretty slamming considering where I'm hopefully going to be able to be spending it at, and if I do spend it where I'm hoping to, I'll put some video up of that. So once again, Presador, I keep on saying once again, don't I? Kind of sounding redundant. My thing saying once again is almost like GeneralMLD with the yeah, whatever.